Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good, e- good evening, sir. Uh, so here we are. There are few members who have been connected to us. Sudhanshu, CMA India. Uh, First of all, I would like to congratulate all those students who have cleared with flying colors throughout India, and I would like to let other students who couldn't make this time that obviously if they'll work hard they'll make it done in June attempt for sure. So first of all, sir, I would like to say I would like to express my gratitude for you to be present here for resolving our query among these students which arises in the past. So I would like to have some brief vote from your side to encourage students for the current scenario who are bit confused in the kind of attempt to be appear in the near future, whether they would like to have online examinations or offline in June and December attempt respectively. So here we are having CMA Balwinder Singh sir, our immediate past president and the current chairperson of the training cell. Please, sir.
Good evening, all, and it's a pleasure to be here. My congratulations to all these students who have qualified in this attempt. Uh, as a chairman of the training and education facilities, I could understand that your total qualification has got a bit delayed due to single examination in the previous year and single examination prior to that. But the institute is all for your sport and looking for that your this extended duration is shortened in the coming months, which we will explain or discuss maybe in the couple of minutes more. Right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for boosting our energy level and for increasing the efficiency among students. So, first of all, I would like to know, and on behalf of students, that what kind of like paper pattern will be going to appear, or like my first question is sorry, my first question is about whether the students who have cleared just now will they be eligible to appear in June exams? If the students have cleared their intermediate in January 21, will they be appeared to sit in for the June 22 for their finals?
Yeah, this is a wonderful question, which the message which I also wanted to spread to the students. Just now I commented that duration appears to have been extended due to a single attempt in the previous year and previous to that. But the council of the institute has taken a decision to admit the students who have qualified in February, who have completed their intermediate in February this month only. They will be eligible to appear in the final examination in immediate June itself. The council has already decided on that. Based on that decision of the council only, this date of admission has been extended to make them admitted and make them eligible to appear in the final. It means it has never happened. Normally, December attempt qualified student whose result come in February is eligible to appear in the next examination from inter to final only after one gap, because the result is after the admission date, and this June attempt is generally left over, and the student is able to appear only in December. To make the student comfortable and reduce their duration which they lost in the previous year, now the council has decided to admit this intermediate pass students in the June attempt itself for the final examinations.
Thank you so much, sir. This is like a wonderful news for all of us because it actually compensates the time leap which we have missed during last year due to pandemic. So, sir, there's one more question regarding the same that whether the student will be able to appear for both the groups in June.
There is definitely a gray mark on it. Reason being, to appear in the last examination, it means a student who has appeared in four, he is going for a third group, or a student who has appeared in third going for a fourth group, or going for a both group. There is one condition that he must complete 15 months of the practical training, the office training, out of which 10 months must have been completed by the date of filling of the examination form. Now, this condition may not be fulfilled by the students appearing in the second group. It means those who want to appear in both group, this condition will not be possible because the students have qualified in February, going for final in June. Because of this condition, both group will not be possible. unless the institute exempts them, which is also doesn't appear to be possible. In the last two attempts, or maybe three attempts you have seen due to COVID, the practical training was exempted for the examination purposes. The present scenario, I don't feel that training is going to exempted, because now it is normal situations are there. Considering that student will be able to appear only in a single group in June, because he may not be able to complete 10 months training before filling up the form, which is required for the
And sir,
last
if
group year.
and sir, if student had already under being into job due to which he can claim exemption.
Absolutely fine. Then it is
Okay.
possible for both groups. Then it's possible.
Uh,
And he has to take the exemption from practical training as per the forms available and other requirements of the issue. There is a wonderful question. You have given the idea for the existing the students who already have the experience. Yes, those can appear.
yes, sir.
Wonderful.
Yes, sir. And this is same question will be applicable on foundation pass students. Like if the students who have cleared in their February attempt, in their January attempt, will they be able to appear in June exams for both the groups?
Absolutely. February result was otherwise also well in time. Those who will be taking admission by this extended date of examination, yeah, even this 25th extended date of admission, those will
Mhm.
also be considered for appearing in June intermediate examination. They will allow. Yeah.
Okay, so they can go for both the groups.
In intermediate, yes, it is possible to appear both the groups. There is a reason for that. For appearing in intermediate, there are certain trainings to be completed, which
Mm-hmm.
includes the Microsoft trainings, Cambridge, SAP trainings, and all other. And
Mm-hmm.
the institute from the Training and Education Facilities Department, the chair, who's committee chairman I am, have made all
Mm-hmm.
the arrangements for the coming months, looking at the admission which is being taken student taking admission in the present scenario. Looking at that
Mm-hmm.
admission, we have already formulated the batches for the next 3 to 4 months aggressively to see that the students can take those trainings, get themselves eligible for appearing in both the groups. Because for appearing in the second group of the intermediate, they need to complete those trainings. And the institute is geared up
Okay.
to train them. We still have March, April, May, and some part of the June, within which they have to complete their trainings. And accordingly, they will be eligible for second group also. In both groups, they can appear provided they complete all the trainings in the coming months. Good time is there. The training is
Okay.
normally 140-hour training. 40-hour training is 1.5 months or so. It's good time is still there to complete those.
Mm-hmm. So if the crux line is that if they'll be able to complete their training, they can definitely go for both the groups in June itself.
Absolutely. And the institute, training and education facilities department geared up to train all of them.
Okay,
Whenever they
sir.
want to join a batch, all the batches have been planned.
And I think, sir, the wonderful news is that all the trainings are available on online portal. No need to go for physical classes.
As of today, that is online available.
Okay, okay. So everyone can do it from their home itself.
And they
Right,
need to
sir?
appear in the examination also to clear those trainings.
Okay, okay. That
You
has
may
to
be
be done
aware that
physically
all the
only.
trainings, yeah, maybe that is also online. The online examination is there. Those who are doing the this SAP training, Cambridge, Microsoft, and all, their online
Okay.
examinations are also being conducted in all batches.
Okay.
It's not only that they have done the training and they are eligible for
Mm-hmm.
examination. They should have
Mm-hmm.
cleared the examination of
Exams.
those trainees also getting 50% marks or so. Only those students are eligible. That is already system in place for the last 2 years.
Okay, okay. Great, sir. Great. So the next question comes from our student that, like in the recent results, the passing percentage has not been announced by the institute. This question has been raised by Sudhanshu Thakur. So he was asking, like, is it the possibility for the students to get aware of the passing percentage this time?
Though, as per the today's protocol, being the chairman of training and education facilities, it is difficult to reply this. But still, as a layman, I can reply. It has
Okay.
never been any intention of the institute to hide anything. Every
Mm-hmm.
time that one pager brief is declared and issued, I hope it must be available somewhere in the website. And if it is not there, I'll just talk to the institute authorities who released that one pager document. Uh, Maybe it is released and we are unable to notice. I'll look into. I'll pass on the message to the concerned. Normally, it is released on the same day of the
Mm-hmm.
result. It is available in the
Yeah.
public websites. And
Even
maybe if
rank
I talk,
holders list.
I also take it from the public website for passing on to the students. Fine.
Okay,
I look into the
great.
website. If it's not there, if it is not on the website, I'll pass on the message to the authorities.
Sure, sir. Sure. Sure. So the next question comes that the recent exams which has been held in December on the online pattern, will it be possible for the institute to release suggested answer sheets for the same? Because students are a bit confused that how should they appear? Because many of these students we came across who were saying, "Ma'am, paper बहुत अच्छा गया था. We had wonderful performance, but we couldn't make up to that much marks." So what is the reason behind that? हम लोग को number नहीं मिले. So students are asking for suggested answer sheets through which on the basis of which they can appear in future.
I must share with you that examinations are conducted by the examination department or the through the examination committee. The release of
Mhm.
suggested answer for the benefit of students is within the domain of the training and education facilities committee, which the chairman I am. I must say that I could see that in the previous examination you couldn't get the suggested answers. We got to
Mhm.
know, sir, question paper is not readily available. It was randomized,
Mhm.
and accordingly, we couldn't get the question paper and couldn't do it. But from
Mhm.
my committee side, I would say that we have already requested the examination directorate 1 month back in advance that please issue something, a physical question paper, post it
Mhm.
for the students also directly, and please also give it to us so that we can also give the student facilities from my committee with the totally solved answers. And I'm quite hopeful it will be done soon.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Already planned and approved by the committee 1 month back, and it will be executed shortly.
Okay, okay, great, sir. Thank you, sir. So here will be the next question, which talks about what will be the pattern for this June attempt? Will be we having online or offline pattern? And for December also consecutively, because there are few students who are waiting कि maybe December में शायद offline हो जाए. Then we'll go for both the groups.
I can only inform you the decisions of the council. And as per the present decision of the council, the examination
Mhm.
will be online. And I don't
On.
foresee that the council will take a reverse or a different decision in every attempt. The present decision is online by the council, is a council decision, and I hope that decision will continue.
It will remain same for the December attempt too.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm quite hopeful that will remain continue.
Okay, okay. So the next question, students asking then the pattern will be same which we had in this December attempt only. The online pattern will be thoroughly same, or will there be any changes?
As regard the pattern, that is the examination pattern. There one is the syllabus matter or the weightage of a subject. That is also a common query by the student to me. If I talk of
Mm-hmm.
the weightage of a subject or the syllabus, the
Mm-hmm.
training and education facilities has the approved syllabus approved by the council. And in the last 3 to 4 years, including the last 2 years when the online examination was there, council never changed the syllabus, not at any weightage of any topic. It was only the change in the offline or online mode. No change in syllabus, no weightage was changed by the council in respect of any subject. That was a prerogative or within the domain of my committee, the training and education facility committee. No change was there. Now, your question is regarding the examination pattern. Examination pattern is in the domain of the examination committee, and the committee has always a right to tinkle with it, change in every attempt. But practically, if we see, it is not good for any institution to change the pattern in every attempt. Considering that thing, I don't foresee any change, or even if the change is there, not major change. Why the students are worried? The examination is same for everybody. Even if some change is announced by the examination committee or the council, that will be for everybody. And I don't feel that is a cause of concern for a student, even if some change is there. And even if it is there, it will be announced by the examination committee well in time. And even it is there, no drastic things come for any institute. And none of the institute in the world will change drastically anything. Here,
Mm-hmm.
but 1%, 2% changes sometimes happen the necessity. As of now, there is
Okay.
no such decision available
Mhm.
with me for any change. Whenever such decisions are there, it will be announced directly by the concerned authorities.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt the points here. Like, according to students, there is a difference in weightage which has been presented in the study material and which came into the exams. So, like for example, a few students are saying in final they had capital gain in higher weightage, although in examination study material the weightage was very low for the same topic. So, weightage mentioned in the study material and weightage came into exams varied in the last attempt. This was the query of questions. मतलब students.
Madam, ma'am, you have all. you also have a large experience, maybe 20-year plus experiences or so. I'm
Yes, sir.
also there. Whether such variations have happened in the physical examination, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Did a
According to
student
me, yes,
bother
it
in the
do
physical
happen.
examination? Did a student
It do
did
happen.
a
It
you
do.
said it do happen. If such things
Yeah.
have happened, you can bring it to the knowledge of the examination committee by writing an email to them, so that they can be
Mm-hmm.
careful in the future and look for the changes in the paper setters. Also, you can I advise the students, if such thing has happened in difference in pattern, or sorry, or difference in
Mm-hmm.
weightages, you can bring it to the notice of
Mm-hmm.
the exam committee by writing an email to the email IDs available at the website. The concerned department, examination department, will look into it. And there, those things, as per
Okay.
my personal experience, must have
Mm-hmm.
happened in the physical examinations also. It is
Yes,
for
sir.
you,
It
you
do
have to bring
happen.
to the notice, and the exam
No,
committee
no,
will
sir.
take
It
the care of
happened
it.
many times in
I am
physical
presently,
since my.
though it is not in my domain. I am today responding as a educational committee chairman. It is not in my domain. I am suggesting you to write to the exam committee, so that appropriate action can be taken for the subsequent attempts.
And so we can say this thing also, like whatever mentioned in the study material, students should go through all the topics irrespective of percentage also. Because I believe as a text faculty, I know if there change coming, amendment coming in a particular topic. So obviously institute will ask more question from that amended topic, irrespective of the weightage given in the study material. So what I suggest to the students, it's better to cover each and every topic mentioned in the study material issued by the institute. But that's for sure. I think institute never override the study material ever. Whatever comes from the study material itself.
You have more
But
experience in
this
that.
is
We
again a little
yeah.
point of concern is here. Like in this previous attempt, there are certain papers in which the question weightage of question is little high. Sorry, little low. In the sense like वो question अगर 7-8 marks का था, तो वो exam में 2 number का आ गया. Student felt lesser time for resolving that question.
You can bring these things to the notice of the exam committee, so that action can be taken by the
We
committee
can
for
send the
subsequent.
mail regarding the same because this is the
You can send it to me.
continuous
I'll
question.
pass on to the concerned officials. You can send a
Okay.
copy to me also. I'll pass on to the concerned officials to be careful
Sure,
in
sir. Sure.
future.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir, for boosting the real energy of the students. And so the same thing happens like we would like कि अगर online ही होना है तो can we have more of practice papers and model test papers prior earlier to the examination so that students can practice more and gain confidence in the online pattern.
100% sure. This time you will be getting good number of question papers. A lot of things are
Okay.
ready from the Training and Education Facilities Committee.
Mhm.
When the institute was gearing for this examination of December, the
Mhm.
Training and Education Facilities Committee was gearing for the examination of June. How we can support, facilitate the students for the subsequent
Mhm.
examination for the things falling under my domain. And one of
Mhm.
the major project taken up by the Training and Education Facilities Committee was to give more and more practice paper to support the student in the subsequent examinations. And
Oh, good, sir.
a large amount of work has been done in last 1 month, and hopefully very soon you will find a good number of papers for practice under the portal of training and education facilities. That is the student portal. You will find it has nothing to do with the examination. It will be the practice
Mhm.
papers based on the current rules, regulations, or the current patterns, because as a training
Mhm.
education facility committees, we have to abide by the present rules. If some rules are changed by the examination committee, subsequently the practice papers will
Mhm.
be amended accordingly.
Obviously, they will modify. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So the next questions come regarding the date, expected date we'll be having in this June. Will it will be able to held from 10th itself, or there'll be little delay?
It is a very difficult question for me because it is yet to be decided by the institute, and I personally feel that since we are coming back to the normal,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope all things will be systemized in the normal days only. It will be endeavor of the institute to see that everything is on normal dates which we were following earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is, it will be announced very soon. Whenever the examination form comes, it will be dates will be announced. It is a
Okay.
council to take a call, but I'm quite
Mm-hmm.
hopeful that the call by the council will be stabilizing in the normal now. It will be call of
Oh,
the council only,
yes.
not my call. The stabilizing in normal
Mm-hmm.
will be the endeavor of the council.
So, sir, it like date sheet will expected to be released along with the examination form only.
It's always examination form notification has the date sheet.
Yes. Hmm. Okay, sir. And it is going to be released very soon, or so.
I cannot use the word very soon. It is up to the whenever the exam director or the council decides, it will release when the
Okay.
decision is taken. And if you say, I'm aware of the decision, sorry, madam, if the decision is
नहीं नहीं
taken today, why anybody, no, and why anybody will keep the decision in file? The moment
yeah,
decision is taken by the examination committee or the council, it will go to public
they'll release it.
immediately. Immediately in hours,
They'll release
in hours, it will go to public. So whenever the council
definitely.
will take a call on the examination form or examination dates, I
Mm-hmm.
think you have to know immediately after the meetings or so. But hopefully everything will be on the normal, which I can expect now, the normal days.
So, sir, related to this, few students have queried that few are appearing for both the courses CA and CMA. So, if like CMA date sheet will get little delayed or something like that, will there be again any clash with CA exams? Likewise in December attempt.
I don't expect these things will happen because normally, I mean, all the three
Mm-hmm.
institutes, CS, CMA, and CS, we take care of such things mutually that those things doesn't happen. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
last time I think I faced this situation came. I think in this examination only it came. I don't expect such clash in the future. Definitely, it will be taken care when the planning by the three institutes will coordinate accordingly, and I don't face any clash in that.
Okay. So the sir, next question is regarding can we have that 15 minutes time slot before the examination to read out the question paper which has been mentioned in the last exam also, but student couldn't get that
Yeah,
opportunity.
yeah, absolutely. I'm aware of the thing that the announcements were there, but they are practically not provided. I'll put up
Mhm.
this request to the concerned committees and the council, the concerned committees, for consideration for the subsequent time. I know this time you couldn't get it. I'll put before this recommendation to the concerned authorities for giving you 15 minutes in the subsequent time. And whenever that is approved, it will come to know.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So the next question, students, which are next question which they are raising is like there are few students who are located in remote areas, rural areas, where they doesn't have the direct access to internet facilities and other things, and their center, examination center, has been located very far away from their hometown. So will the same situation arises in this attempt also because it is going to be online paper?
Ma'am, the question was very uh, weak. Rural word I heard. I think you spoke the rural word also. That in the that I'm from rural. I think
So
you
this is
spoke
the
the
question
rural
I got
village.
from the student itself. Yeah.
Rural. You spoke the rural village. If a student is from a rural
Yeah, rural
village,
area.
and if
Basically,
you
this is
go
the question.
and
The
and
students are
and and
typing. I
if
read
we
it.
have
I
the
think.
offline, if I have the offline examination, paper pen
Mm-hmm.
examination, I was not
Mm-hmm.
having any center in the rural area. When offline
Mm.
examination was there, I was not having any center in rural area. In any case, rural student
Okay.
have to go to some city, even for the paper pen
Even in
examination.
offline. Okay.
In the same manner, the online examination they have to travel to the nearest possible station. Yes, I know there are certain areas where the student face the problem of the distance, but it is not a problem of the rural student. That was a problem of the urban student also. Even the urban
Okay.
students were made to travel a lot. That's why
Okay.
I listen to your problem. It's not a problem only rural. Even the
Okay.
urban
Okay.
students were made to travel a lot. It will be endeavor to see that that doesn't happen this time, and
Mm.
we'll try to facilitate student in a more simpler manner, trying to provide them the addresses of the center well in time. We are working on that angle. The IT directorate and the departments are working on that angle. If we are able to inform the student much ahead of the addresses, much ahead, so the student is able to select the address well in time beforehand, is aware the X city is nearest to me, or Y city is near, or the center in the X city is nearest to me, or the center in the Y city is nearest to me. Will It will be our endeavor to see that students are made aware well in time and they can decide their center accordingly. And that distance problem, definitely we are aware of it, and definitely council will take a good call on that, that distance problem is reduced to the minimum.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So the next question here we are having regarding do student get step marking in even online pattern?
Uh, I think I have come live also sometime before, also before examination, and I explained the methodology that there is no change in the question. The question, whether it was an online question, whether it was an offline examination, the question remains the same. The mode of receiving the answer has changed. In the offline, a student was solving the question, and we were allotting a marks at particular level. Maybe after three sentences, we were giving some mark at some figure, and again after a few sentences or few calculation, we are giving a mark at a particular figure. Maybe 8 mark question, we are giving 2 marks at one level, then two, then two, and then two. 8 marks. It was in offline. Students were writing few lines, maybe 10, 12, and we are giving marks at for 4 points. Now, in the online, what was done, which I've explained a number of times in the last more than 1 year, we are asking only that figure where the marks is to be allotted. Maybe it is amalgamation question. We're asking what is the purchase consideration, 2 marks to be allotted, or maybe what is the cash and bank balance, what is the balance of X ledger account or relation account balance. It is all the questions were same. The answers were framed in a manner so that student himself or herself is aware where the marks are being allotted. If it's an 8 mark question in a physical examination, paper pen examination, student is not aware where the marks are being allotted at which point. In the online examination, students were aware that 2 marks are for this figure, 2 marks for this figure, 2 marks for this, and 2 marks for this. It means that 8 mark question, we have disclosed transparently what are the steps, at which step you will get the mark. It was already step marking, publicly announced step marking, I would say. In physical, you never know which step will get the mark, you will get mark. In online, we are telling you the step. This is a step of 2 marks, this is a step of 1 mark. Please write figure, will give 2 marks. Write a figure, will give 1 mark. This was steps only, madam. You need to explain the
Okay.
students in detail about this. That is already a step marking, publicly known step marking, I would say.
So, sir, is it correct to say that the rough sheets doesn't get evaluated, which are being written down by the
Uh,
students?
this is again examination matter. It will not be possible for to me respond on
Okay.
it.
No, the
You have
question
to
is
call the
coming straightly from
uh,
students' mouth, so I'm
that's
just
fine.
sharing it
That's
with you
fine.
here.
If
Hmm.
the whenever the president is with you, you can discuss with him, or maybe when the examination director also have the live meetings. Even in the last 2 years, they had the live meeting where I have also attended. I have addressed on behalf of the or along with the examination directorates to facilitate the
Mhm.
students. Maybe if such interaction is arranged by the examination department, it will
Mhm.
be more convenient from the department side to respond. That either department will respond, or maybe I on the behalf of department will be able to respond. Today, I am not authorized nor aware, not authorized on this point to discuss.
No, sir. Absolutely
Mm.
correct, sir. Okay, so the next point of opinion is regarding the revaluation. Like there are many students who either missed the exemption with 1 or 2 marks or couldn't clear the attempt just by missing the aggregate of 50%. So their point of concern is that if they'll apply for revaluation, whether the marks will get retotaled or the whole answer sheet will get rechecked. This is the
Uh,
point of concern regarding.
this can be explained. Reason being, this response to this is in the public domain for decades
Mhm.
together, and not only today. If you talk of the 20-year-old matter, you can find on the Google, or 25-year-old matter. This is being the matter in the public domain. I can explain for the benefit of students.
Mhm.
Uh, Maybe it is a CA course or a CS or a CMA. In
Mhm.
all the institutes, the same pattern of revaluation is being followed. In all the
Mhm.
institutes, professional institutes, same
Mhm.
manner of revaluation. Questions are
Mhm.
not rechecked. The marks already allotted are not rechecked. It is, suppose in a 4 mark question you have got one, that will
Mhm.
not be reevaluated. Only two things are seen. Number one, if any question is unmarked, that gets marked in the revaluation. If any question is not marked, that gets marked in the revaluation. Secondly, if there is a totaling error, that gets corrected. Only two things. And this is not a decision today. When I was a student 25 years back or 8 year back, this was a system prevalent in all the professional. You are triple qualified, CMA, CS, and CA. And even when you have qualified, the same systems were there 25 years back. And when I qualified, the same systems were there in all the institutes. And the same systems are
Mhm.
being followed. Revaluation of a question, already marked answer is not being done in any of the institutes. This matter is already public domain. That's how I explained it in a more convenient manner for the benefit of students.
And so student can apply for both the things, revaluation and for RTI, getting a copy of RTI parallelly.
Yeah, that's possible. That is within their domains, within their rights.
Okay. Okay. So the next question coming from student is like, what are these suggestions you would like to give for these students for appearing in June and December 22? How should they proceed with their studies? At least with the
As a
writing
teacher,
pattern, they would like to know, because like there's a major confusion in the writing pattern, subjective and objective. objective is fine, but when it comes to subjective paper, especially in theoretical subject like law and all, students have to write a lot. And with these students feel like that he doesn't have good writing speed. So their point of concern is that, okay, like if 8 marks theory question or 5 marks theory question is approaching, how they'll write down, what will be the number of words they should use, so that they'll be able to patch up with their typing speed to meet the timeline for examination.
To respond to a particular question, there are two ways. Number one, you listen to my old videos of 2 year back when I started the online examination,
Okay,
and
sorry, sir,
secondly, I
I
can explain.
missed. I
No, 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 no.
would have
No,
missed it.
I
Yeah.
can explain a little bit now. Little bit now. When I
Mhm,
advise the student about 2 year back also how to prepare for an examination,
mhm,
I advise that if you're working in office
mhm,
and you are given a cost audit report or you are given a balance sheet to prepare or a project report, whether a student as a student you start take the plain paper and start drawing particulars, rupees, debit, credit, or maybe if I talk with the balance sheet, you are starting like this, typing the statement from asset liabilities, nothing like this. Maybe you are
mhm,
doing any of these things, a cost audit or a balance sheet or a report or any certificate or something.
mhm,
In an office, you are always referring to the previous document. You refer to the
mhm.
previous printed balance sheet of the same company, move to the
Yes.
same format unless there is a change legally, legal change is there. Other you move to the same format. That is the
Mhm,
basic. Old is the base to draw new. Otherwise, a new person cannot draw mentally how to type a balance sheet.
mhm. Very
Company to
true. Very.
company, the columns differ. Company to company, the headings are varying. In the
Mhm,
same fashion, if you are going to appear in examination, the success lies first decoding how the paper is coming, the practical level, theory, different type of question. Even I opened certain suggested in the live videos, and I could see the last question of the even that time when I opened the suggested in my earlier videos. The last question used to be 15 marker or 16 marker, 4 into 4, 16. Even in the practical subjects of the costing or the accountancy, I could see there was a theory of 4 into 4. At the time advice, why don't you read whether in your practice the whole year at home or maybe with your advisory coaching sessions, whether a student in accounts or costing is practicing a theory question? Answer is no. Student is busy in the costing and accounting, preparing for the all practicalities. And I normally, whenever I meet student, used to tell them, "Oh, you are preparing only for 86 marks, 84 marks, 16 marks.
mhm,
You have not prepared it. You may be aware,
mhm.
but you have not prepared it as theory question." In a manner, if you look at the question papers of the old, 60 marks were like that theory. It means you need to practice that theory also, not only the practical question in accountancy, not only practical question in costing, theory in the costing, theory in accounting. Similarly, the first question used to be in the offline examination, there used to be 25 mark MCQ type, MCQ, true, false, match the following, something like that. If the student is able to practice few papers of that, it's very easier to get certain marks on that 25. Easier to get
Very.
four short notes in the last, easier mark. There is strategies to
So
see
very
this
true.
at least.
Even CA Institute has copied from CMA. This pattern has been into CMA since very long, and CA Institute has adopted few years back from CMA itself.
So,
This I only
so,
have realized during my study days.
a student
Very true.
picking up the 700-page book, so student picking up 700-page book and reading all, practicing all,
Mm,
in the able may not
mm,
able to pass unless he or she knows what type of paper is coming. It means he or she
mm,
need to look at the old papers, like I told you, the old balance sheets, analyze the
mm,
paper. What type of questions are coming? Is it MCQ? Is it the theory? Maybe a 4 mark theory or a 8 mark theory, 16 mark question.
mm,
That analytical skills are required for professional. Unless you analyze the system, what will come? Reading a 1,000-page book or 700 page is not going to help unless you read in a systematic way. When you are aware that such type of questions come, then you can divide the 700-page book into good parts. Oh, these are the chapters maybe related to the X type of question, this may be related to Y type of question, this may be relevant to the theory question, this may be relevant to practice. You have to divide a study before starting a book. Studying a book, you have to plan. That planning, only the old question papers will be helping you. You need to look into that. Maybe it was the offline examination, you can follow the same pattern for planning stage.
and suggested, as you said, we'll be going to have very soon for June attempt itself.
That will be
Different
the
model test
latest
papers.
examination session. But to
Yeah,
know
model
the
test papers
system,
and
I
practice
mean,
papers. Huh.
I'm not
Students
saying
can
use
have
the
an overview.
suggested.
Hmm.
To know that what is the system in the examination, you will need to review the 5 to 10 year tests. What type of questions are coming in last 5 years, 7 year, 8 year? What is the trend? Whether the trend is the MCQ, whether 20 mark one markers are there, whether a
Mhm.
short note 4 into 4 are there. That
Mhm.
division has to be thought of. Process has to be seen. What is happening? And maybe you are appearing in any of the examination, maybe the CA or a CS or CMA, the same is true. It is maybe for LLB or any other examination. Unless you know what you are going to face, how you are going to sit in the examination, you should know what you are going to face. And what you're going to face,
Mhm.
you must look into the previous. I don't think 100% things are followed. Rarest of rare, some things may, a few percentage may vary, but the majority of the things, maybe 90% things will be followed in the same pattern. So planning is very, very important. Uh, that is my suggestion for the student.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So there's one more point students are asking, like if they're applying for revaluation, how much time will it take for its result to be
Uh,
released?
it's difficult for me to respond is administration matter. Students should review when earlier it used to come. I'm not aware of what time it used to take earlier. You
Okay,
can look at the older results from the our CMA website, and you will come to know what were the dates of the
okay,
earlier results. You can look into that.
okay, okay. And so, like, there are like few students who are raising question regarding the postal test papers. Okay, is it compulsory to submit the postal test papers who are for the students who have gone for
No,
postal?
postal test paper scheme was eliminated about possibly in 2017 or around. It's already more than 4 years. Around 2017 or 16 or 17, that postal test paper scheme was deleted. It means it is not mandatory for a postal student to send a postal test papers now. Not mandatory.
Oh, okay, not mandatory.
You
They
can
can
look
leave
into
it also.
you can look into the prospectus. You can look into the prospectus. It is very clearly mentioned in that.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Uh, so I think most of our queries have already been resolved, sir. Now, thank you so much for giving the time. And I would like to have
Allah.
last point of like suggestion from your point of view, so that student can be guided better for their future. Because there are certain elements which do get distract each other. Especially, I've seen in this our professional world, there are people who have that crab mentality, who neither raises above and not let others to raise above, and they'll get with students distracted among so many things. So I would like to have few suggestions from your side for making the student focus on their studies.
I can give you the key to success or suggestions for appearing in the examination.
Yes, sir.
I think one question which is very commonly coming on the social media: why the result is lesser than the previous attempt? That is not raised by you, but I'm bringing you a statement which is well accepted, that practice means a man perfect.
Very true.
I'm giving you the tips for the next examination, as well as informing a question which you never didn't raise why the result is low. In the previous examination, online examination, first online examination, result was very, very high.
Very
And I
high.
had informed in earlier online session, I informed that more than 6 lakh question papers were practiced at the online portal. I repeat, more than 6 lakh question papers were practiced at the online portal by more than 50,000 students. It is average is 12 papers solved per student. And in this
Okay.
attempt, only one question paper was hosted, that also in a PDF form. Students didn't get any practice. Now just see, as a curiosity, in the first online examination, they were sitting at online and doing the practice. This time it was a lesser curiosity, or I would say
Mhm.
more misguidance in the social media, and this practice platform was not there. It was the students, in my view, have not practiced. The result is comparatively low. Now, comparing this result, I'm just going to give an advice to the student that practice makes a man perfect. You have to follow it, start practicing, and we will also support you with bringing more online papers for practice. This time we didn't give you any online paper for practice. In the coming this month or so, we will start. Being the chairman of training and education facilities, I will be giving you maximum facilities, and one of the facility will be the more practice platforms will be given to you. and definitely a person who's more practicing is likely to pass more. The practice makes a man perfect. Please follow that. And earlier tip I've also already given to you. Have a strategic study, planned study. Look into the patterns, systems being prevalent in the last few years, and accordingly decide your studies. With this, my best wishes to all the students for the upcoming examinations.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So, Haywood, I would like to say students should practice more on typing thing also, because it is in any ways going to help them in future for their corporate world and for other practices. They in any ways have to come on laptop itself. So they'll be
Absolutely,
practicing, if they'll be practicing typing thing, I think this is the only issue which students are having for subjective questions. So if they'll practice more and more on typing, they'll work it out and they'll definitely make it sure.
absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us your prestigious time and prestigious guidance. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for this session. Good
Right.
evening.
Okay.
Namaste.
All the best.